Hey, you want to do a quick voice test? Okay, I was just wondering if you wanted to do a voice test real quick. Okay, are you going to be home within the next like 15 minutes or so? Okay, then. Well, here I'll just do one with Zevs. I just basically I want to hear how he sounds as I'm streaming. So once we get that, then I think that we're good to go. We did a quick walkthrough to make sure that the stream was working and all that this morning. So. Yep, no problems. I believe so. Did you talk to Zevs about it yet? Because I know that he was like really bummed that he didn't get to talk to you before the meeting. Hey, it's no worries, man. Just let me know when you get home, and uh, I got the stream link. I'll paste it. Hey, okie dokie. That works for me. So Zevs, if you're watching, um, what Hoodie just said is that as soon as he gets home, he's gonna get in a call with us. Should be in the next 5 minutes or so. Okay. You disappeared.
Test 1, 2, test 1, 2.
I'm giving off some echo, aren't I?
I don't hear the echo or the thing on the stream. No.
Well, I'm not talking, and Discord shows me talking when you talk.
Test 1, 2, test 1, 2.
I'm giving off
Oh,
some
there we
echo,
go. There's a
aren't
big
I?
delay. I'm hearing it now. I can.
Yeah, so the music is supposed to be totally, totally quiet. Um, and whenever you're ready, we can start. I'll let Hoodie know that we just did the test, so he can get back to his family stuff. Yeah, so there is an 18 to 24-second delay depending on where you're at. I'm guessing for you it's going to be closer to 24 seconds. For me, it's closer to 18 seconds. Alright, feel free to open it up. Water, I'm going to have you just do the chat moderation as much as you can, because we're going to be recording it. You don't have to take as as fine notes as I'm sure that you want to take. Hello, hello, everybody. Echo getting his notepad ready for the news. Alright, everybody, we're going to be getting started here in a moment. We're going to try to get as many people to join as possible. Might start a couple minutes late just so that we can get a lot more people in here. We want everybody to get as much information as they can, so Yeah, Obsidian. Let's avoid things like that. So we're actually recording everything. You guys will have access to it once we can make sure that everything is okay of it. Everybody will have full transparency, full access to this recording. So Zevs, did you want to get us started?
Yeah, right. We can do that.
Or I suppose that I can get us started. So
Yeah, you can do that.
so I'm actually going to be kind of the I don't know, the narrator or um, the person that's going to be guiding the conversations, make sure that everything stays on track. We're going to start off with today's meeting. So for today's meeting, as soon as the stream catches up with me, for today's meeting, we're going to talk about KH Cup's actions and consequences, and what actually happened and why people were upset. And then we're also going to be talking about the server's future, what we plan on doing with the server, along with some surprises. Um, for that, we're going to start off, well, and then some other staff stuff that we want to explain. Um, for that, we're going to start with what happened with Cup. Um, so I will kind of briefly summarize what happened with Cup. So there was a major fallout in the server due to some of the actions of our server dev. He decided to utilize some sexist behavior and and language, which of course is not acceptable. Previously, we didn't have another dev that could help us, and so we were kind of limited on the consequences that we could provide Cup. And that caused a major stir-up within staff and within the server. And we want to clear the air a bit to make sure that you guys know that we are here for you, and we do understand. We do understand that you have feelings, especially towards this topic. The topic of sexism, racism, nationalism, any of those bad isms is very sensitive, and we understand that. We just didn't know how to express to you guys that we understood that. With that, there has been some consequences. So Cup right now is going to be going, well, he's already gone through a 6-hour training session that has to deal with sexism in the workplace, sexism in public, and sexist behavior, along with internal biases, unconscious biases, and implicit biases. For those that don't know what the difference is between internal, unconscious, and implicit, internal are the biases that you recognize. but you don't act on. Um, Unconscious biases are the biases that you don't recognize, but you still act on. And implicit biases are the biases that you have that you purposefully act on. So my implicit bias is against anything, you know, anything within that ism spectrum of the poor things. So sexism, racism, uh, nationalism, ethnicism, any of those that are an issue. Uh, I consciously, implicitly focus on making sure that I'm saying the right thing as much as I possibly can, and avoiding my unconscious biases and recognizing those unconscious biases. So, Cup has taken over 6 hours of training that deals with a lot of that. He says that he understands the training. He is shown to understand the training so far. And then you'll see that there is a probation. Along with the training is a probation period. We're not sure exactly how long that period's going to be, but he is going to be on probation, where either myself or Hoodie are going to be pretty finely tuned on basically everything Cup within the server. That way, if there is some issues, we can address those immediately. The next thing is that he's going to continue to get more soft skills training. This is how to speak to people and how to identify with people's feelings and understand how they're feeling. There's also going to be more accountability, like I said, with me or Hoodie, watching him all the time, making sure that he's sticking to his guns with the training that he's taken. We want to make sure that everybody is going to be comfortable with anything that Cup does. Was there anything that you wanted to add to that, Zevs, before we start getting into the staff stuff?
No, not really. I guess we can add that what has happening in the past is something that we try to make sure won't happen again. And at the same time trying to make sure that he kind of gets what he deserves of a punishment, but at the same time not taking his freedom, and instead of punishing, we're trying to learn him how to do it. That makes sense.
Yeah, that makes total sense. I just realized that I'm really slow on this transferring of slides thing. Sorry about that to everybody that's watching. Um, so, I think that we'll take more questions at the end about this, but first we want to
Yeah.
cover a few more topics. The next topic that we're going to cover is going to be the staff outlook. So, as many of you know, due to the cup situation, there's been a lot of disappearing of staff, people quitting, people quitting and then destroying their own towns. And so we wanted to give a little bit more information on the staff outlook. So the first thing is that starting as of about 2 weeks ago, there's been an advisor oversight. So hi, my name's Dr. Technic. I'm the advisor. Along with me, Hoodie wants to move from from admin to advisor as well, and so Hoodie and I will be advising and utilizing our status as advisors to do a lot of oversight within the staff that are new or the staff that may be coming in. That being said, all of the staff are going to have backup staff. With backup staff, that means that all positions are covered, even cups, even mine, which is why Hoodie has taken such a more proactive role into learning kind of um, how I deal with things and how I bring things up to people and how I communicate. So every admin's going to have a backup admin. Every mod's going to have a backup mod, whether it's in the game, whether it's in Discord, it doesn't matter. That being said, applications are open. We need some staff. Make sure to fill out your applications. We'll be going over those in the next few weeks. Um, we aren't going to have an official announcement date, so please don't start pinging us and saying, "Hey, when can I find out about my application?" As soon as you're accepted, you'll be notified immediately because we are looking to fill some positions, and there might be, and this is going to be a discussion that we have with Zevs. There might be some older staff that are going to be coming back, along with the advisor oversight, the backup staff, and the applications. There is going to be more training and accountability with the new staff and the old staff. One of the main things that we want to do is we want to make sure that our staff are trained and understand exactly what their position is, and that they also uh, can deal with certain situations. Sensitive subjects is going to be a very particular topic, which is why we're going to need more soft skills trainings. Again, because of the backups, there's always going to be accountability with the staff. Even to myself, I want you guys to hold me accountable to anything that I do wrong as well. Um, and that's why I also have a backup. Now, for those that don't know, who haven't figured it out yet um, by watching a lot of the chat and seeing somebody who is probably one of my most favorite people in the world, we do have a new sys dev that will be working with Cup, and her name is Truant Loose. Again, one of my favorite people in the world. She's come over to my house and watched my kids before. I've known her for years upon years. Um, she is awesome. She is an awesome dev. I don't think that I've met a dev better than her, and I've been a part of dozens of servers. She listens to what people want, and she tries to accommodate as much as possible, along with following, of course, the guidelines that we want to keep on the server. Um, this one's kind of a touchy subject to get into. So some of you may have heard about some issues with Zevs and sexism, uh, specifically and in particular to the KH Cup situation. Because Zevs is the owner and he's the one that manages the staff, this is a very, very important topic for us to discuss. So there's been a lot of rumors and misunderstandings that have been going around, and I'll let Zevs explain those.
Yeah, so um, first of all, I think I'm just gonna say that I'm against all and any type of all when it comes to sexism and racism and objection of women or males or anything. And I don't know if there was a misunderstanding or poor communication, but it seems like people believe that I have supported Cap in what he said and done, which is false. I never did that. And there's in fact, I have been trying to do like Dark have, saying that it's wrong and so on, but my my methods have not been as good and not the same. But to clear it up, one of the things that, or the thing that people were thinking I was supporting him in was the part where women empower themselves in social media. And that's the part I agreed on. But of course, what people do on social media, that's totally up to them. And if people want to empower themselves, then I'm gonna I don't have anything to say on that. You know, it's none of my business, but yeah.
All right. So we covered kind of that people were thinking that Zevs was okay with everything that happened. Um, we know that he's not. Although some comments were made, those were in particular to a specific situation that were screen grabbed and shared on social media, which is why Zevs was bringing up social media. Now on the screen, you probably saw the word accountability, and that's because just because Zevs is the owner doesn't mean that he doesn't have any type of accountability. Um, we are keeping Zevs accountable because we're the ones that keep the servers alive. If Zevs isn't holding up to our standard, we need to let him know, and that's on us. We don't need a massive blow up like what happened before, but we want you guys to know that we hear you and that we're holding Zevs accountable just as much as you want us to. The more that you tell us about what's going on, the more we'll bring it up to him and the more we can get it fixed. I have access to hundreds of hours of training for anything and everything that could possibly happen that I can supply to any one of our staff members, including the owner. So I want you guys to know that we understand and we hear you, and we will definitely make sure that that your voices are heard. The next thing that we want to talk about is going to be the quality of life for our players. The server, what's going on with it, right? I know that everybody wants to know what's going on with the server. So there are quite a few things that have been in the works for a little bit. One of those you saw uh, with the onboarding of our very own Truant Loose, and that is I'm waiting for it to show up.
Yeah, we know.
A new world and a fresh outlook. You guys might be wondering
Yep.
what a new world and a fresh outlook is. Well, we're looking at going to a larger Earth, which means that everything from the current Earth will be wiped. I know that this may upset a lot of people that have put a lot, and I do mean a lot of hard work in. Um, I'm not too happy about it because of how I built up my town and made it to what it is today. But there are some benefits. Um, I'm gonna kind of wait for the man. My lag is insane. What is it, like a 3-minute lag or something? Holy cow!
Yeah, this delay is it's great. I guess for the past nearly 2 weeks we have been working on this, and that's one of the reasons we haven't done that much of events in game or been that much fast on tickets or hired new staff for that case.
Hey, it finally came over. That's a bonus.
Yeah.
So, along with this, that means that this transition should be coming soon. Um, to make things equal, make things even, there is going to be a payout in server cash for the transfer. The longer that you've been in, the more cash that you have. The more cash that you have, the more cash that you have. There's going to be um, a lot of conversation on how this server payout is going to go, but there is going to be a cap on the cash or the server funds that you get when transferring over. Along with this, we're also going to be making sure that things like Elytra and other items um, are going to be active in the server, and of course, there's going to be new and fantastic plugins that Luce is sussing out right now, getting ready for us. For the server payout and the funds, we are also going to be opening a server store that has basic blocks and things that are super cheap for you guys to be able to purchase and build your towns back up as quickly and effectively as you possibly can. Um, did you have anything to put in with the payouts or the uh, items that are going to remain and stay active or anything like that?
Yeah, we can add the people that has donated for items like mob spawner or art or
Additional
that kind of
townie
stuff.
blocks?
Yeah, they will get a gift card at our store, and that gift card will only work at our Minecraft store, of course. And we have a record all the way back to November, so everything is spent. You can respend on either new items or the same items that you had. So people who have donated from now to November do not lose their money.
Awesome. So that means that. Wait, am I going to get in trouble again for spending too much money?
No, but it's gonna take a lot of time to give you all items back.
All right. So this thing that just popped up on the screen, there's going to be a new grief prevention to help keep people's towns safe. We are going to be limiting PvP to PvP areas, and somebody has to have PvP enabled in order to fight. That means no more dyne map hunting, no more killing people out in the wild. There are going to be very specific places to PvP to make it more player oriented um, and and relationship building focused. I find that we find that PvP does cause a lot of issues between players and between towns. So by limiting that to PvP areas, kind of like not the wild, but if we're thinking about what's the word I'm looking for? The Nether and the End, or PvP arenas. That's where PvP is going to be limited to. Next, we're also going to be bringing in a resource world. With 1.17 coming out, there's going to be some new blocks and some new items that are going to be available that just aren't going to be available in Earth. So we're going to be bringing in a resource world to help collect those items so that you'll be able to have access to the full Minecraft experience, but still be able to play on Earth and create the towns and wonderful places that you want without also destroying the topography or any other places on Earth. The next is going to be ranks and perks. So people that have been here longer, they're going to start getting more perks. We haven't decided what those perks are, and the ranks are going to be built on how long you've been in the server. And then on top of that, there's going to be other ranks like key helper type ranks where we know that you're a trustworthy person and that you help new people that are joining the server, and you'll get more perks for that as well. Did you have anything additional to put on those ones?
No, I think you're good.
All right, the next topic that we have are previous bans. There are certain things that have happened in the past. Um, there was a big breakup back in December or January, I don't remember exactly when it was, where a lot of our players had gone to another server. Um, that server kind of went defunct. Um, we are sorry about them not getting as built up as they wanted to be. I do know that we had our issues with them, but the air is cleared now. Um, that being said, some of the players that were previously banned during the big breakup, I guess so to speak, um, some of them will be unbanned to an extent, and that extent is that there's a reason that players were banned, and that's most of it was due to toxicity as they were leaving the server. And as you guys know, we don't want this place to be a toxic place. Um, but we also want to be known as the server that gives second chances. We don't want to be the people that just say, "No, you guys are horrible. Leave us alone." We understand that people learn and grow over time. Um, Somebody that's been very, very, very adamant that they've changed and adamant that uh, they're they're not going to be toxic anymore and that they're going to strive and help the server is Echo. Um, in the chat is QMob. Uh, so we do want to welcome back Echo. He's going to be unbanned. I'm not sure if it's going to be as soon as we hit to the new world or before, but we are going to be welcoming back Echo as a player in the server. Now, with these new players or old players coming back, there is going to be a key understanding, and that's that just like Cup, you guys are on probation. We are going to be watching you. Anybody that does come back from a perm ban, we are going to be making sure to watch you. We're going to be verifying your chat. We're also going to be making sure that you're not being toxic to other players. I trust Echo in him saying that he has changed. He's not going to be toxic. Um, he's not going to be rude and disrespectful to
Um,
staff. What's that?
Doc, we
there you
haven't
go. Yeah,
heard you the past minute.
you just disappeared.
What?
You just disappeared from us.
Oh, that's weird.
But you're back now.
Maybe I was holding the button down too long. What was the last time? What was the last thing you guys heard?
Right after you announced Deco.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So, so, um, so I'm not sure when the ban is going to be undone. If it's going to be either before the new world comes out or after. But
It's gonna be on the new world.
okay. So with the new world, there's going to be some unbanning. The key thing to take away from this is that there is going to be some accountability for those that have been banned in the past. We are going to be watching your chat. We are going to be watching your behavior towards players because we trust, but we verify. I guess the best way to put it. We want to make sure that you're going to follow through with the promises that you've made. From that, I guess it's just questions. Unless there was something else that needs to be said.
Mm, we can say that it's not only Echo that's gonna get that unbanned. Me and Duck and Hoodie will be looking at all the banned players and taking a second look on who to unban and who to keep banned. At the moment, we haven't decided on people yet, but we're gonna go through everybody.
All right. Well, it looks like we have a lot of questions. Um, so I'm going to let Water ask some of the questions that stick out the most to her. Um, and
I have
we're.
a question regarding. Oh, sorry.
Oh, no, go for it.
Oh, regarding the data reset, is it going to be a complete wipe except for the money? I think players are wondering.
So for that one, it is going to be mostly a complete wipe. I will talk to Luce about what we can or should keep. Um, we do know that the money is going to be reset except for what we divvy out to everybody, depending on the money that they have in store versus the money versus the time that they've played on this server. So those with the most money and the most time will get the most money. When it comes to MCMMO, I don't know yet. Um, we are still discussing on whether or not we're going to allow people to keep the items that they currently have in their inventory, but that hasn't been verified yet.
That has been decided.
Oh, has it? Okay.
Yeah, we decided like in the meeting.
Okay. So,
Um, yeah.
so I guess the stuff that's in your inventory you are going to keep. Um, so get your best stuff and put it on you, because that's what you'll be able to bring over. Again, with the MMCMO stuff, I don't know. I'll have to talk to Luce. Um, but I do see that a lot of you want to keep your MCMMO stuff. So I think that we're going to try to find a way to keep that because again, we want to do what you guys like.
All right, next question is any approximate date on the release or reset?
That's a great question. First, we have to get the new map set up. That could take anywhere from a week to 4 weeks. We don't know for sure yet. We also want to double and triple check that all of the plugins are working correctly for you guys before we commit to any time or date.
All right. So, Luz just said that she's gonna reboot 1 or 2 times in the world, and when that's done, she's just gonna double check that everything is up. So we are getting there, but we don't have time yet. But it's getting closer and closer.
As far as the end chests go,
All right.
because I saw the end chest, Loose, does an end chest count as part of somebody's what's it called, inventory? So right now we're not fully sure as far as the end chest. So it looks like we're going to keep both map inventories separate um, until we can get a confirmation.
We are gonna wipe most of the inventory. Like, yeah. But how much, that's undecided.
All right, next question.
All right. I got a message about modes of transportation regarding planes or cars, or if we're going to keep TP requests like TPA.
So that one we haven't decided yet.
Luz just said
So,
it's not possible for planes or cars with some real fundamental change.
so most likely the planes and cars aren't going to be back. Sorry, guys.
Yep.
Um, let's see.
How about we answer the question if we are going to give out a world copy? I just got that question again.
No, we're not. We would rather focus on the new server than making a copy of the old and giving that one out.
So for all the questions about who's going to be unbanned and who's not, we're still discussing. As soon as either I or Zevs get a request from that person, then we'll discuss it. So there's been, I think, 2 or 3 people that have asked, and so we are discussing those. But each person has their own individual things. So some people, they don't want to apologize for the toxic behavior that they had. Some people don't want to continue with us. So as far as unbanning anybody else, um, it's going to have to be a request from them, and it's going to have to be a discussion with staff. So everybody can hold up on asking who's going to be unbanned because we don't know yet. So far, um, it's just Echo.
Speaking of Echo, he has been asking in chat regarding money and items before the server reset that he previously had.
So the things that you
And
had,
if he will.
yeah. So the things that you had on your person before you were banned, that's what you'll have once it's reset. That's it. Um, if you had a money, you're going to get the same amount of money as everybody else in this, with the same time and um, the same money. It'll be equal to somebody that is active right now.
Luz has something important to say. I can unmute you in voice chat if you want that.
I think she has the ability to unmute herself.
Yeah, I did give her the perms, but I did it instead.
I think you guys unmuted me anyways, but
Okay.
yeah, the auction house plugin, there isn't any easy way to replace it. So I disabled the option to sell it on it, and within about a week's time or so, I'm going to double check that it's going to be replaced with something different at that point in time. Then it will be redone, but it is definitely causing lag whenever it does get used, and it's nothing against you guys, but we needed to change it. So this way we can at least have a transition.
Okay. There we go. So just so everybody knows, auction house is no longer enabled right now. So um, give it about a week or so, and we'll transition to a new one. Anything else? Oh, I got a question from Org. I hope you don't mind water. Does playtime count when you join the server for perks? Yes. Oh, so it is playtime, not just when. So the more time you've played on the server, the more perks you get. not just like the date.
Melee is wondering if they could ask a question through speaking rather than chat, and if we could like, have a raised hand.
Is you can DM it to me. Oh, that's a great question. Will there be a new IP or not for the new server? For this, there is going to be a new IP eventually. Right off the bat, I don't know what that is, but as soon as we have it, there will be a huge announcement. You won't miss it. I'm not sure what you mean by rebranded, but it's basically we're gonna be it's gonna be the same, but more professional, bigger map, more perks, better player engagement.
North Earth. Yes, we're still gonna keep the support for Bedrock.
We're also not going to be using Apex MC, so you guys can we have black holes? Let's avoid black holes loose. We don't need the server destroyed in the first second. Um,
All right.
so I'm gonna take it.
Question from Vit.
Go ahead.
Sorry. Question: is there going to be specific town reservations, like if a player wanted to remake Tokyo again?
I think that if you want to remake Tokyo again, then you're going to have to be the first person to get to Tokyo and claim it.
Yep.
I'm sure that
First
you're
come
going to
first.
have plenty of money to do it.
But yeah, so I think that's it.
Yeah, it looks like it. So thank you everybody for joining us. If you guys have any more questions, feel free to ask them, and we'll make sure to try to answer all of them.
Connor, then you can go in waiting for stuff, and Doc, you can also come to Stuff Voice channel. If you have time, I mean.
Yep, I only got a few minutes, but I'll head there now.
Yes. Connor's gonna meet us there, and then we're gonna